Hi, I'm Samantha Resendiz,
Hi, I am Mariana Palomo.
and we are going to do our project. Um,
I'm going to interview Samantha first, and our topic is politics. Hi, Samantha. I'm really glad that you're here. Can you tell us why are you interested in politics?
Hi, Maya, thank you so much for having me. I think my interest in politics goes far beyond simple support this or support that political party or support for another. I believe that it encompasses years of history and not only of the world and the creation of different doctrines by which we are governed today, but that specifically in Mexico, we live 70 years in a perfect dictatorship, and I think that's why I'm interested in politics because it's a huge topic.
So, do you think it is important for all citizens to be aware of politics in our country?
Yeah, I think it's super important because knowledge is power. For many years, it is a well-known fact that we live under an information network that in reality the same government owned. And for example, Televisa and TV Azteca are the companies that control everything that enters and left the ears of the people. Like all the information we knew, it's because they told us that that was the information. And it is incredible to see how we leave control and therefore we have no notion of a political situation in Mexico and even in the world. We didn't know anything.
And like this year, there are elections, like in 8 days or something like that. And how do you think this year is going around politicians and elections?
I think this year is crucial for elections. We all realize that speeches and promises usually do not turn as we expected. And it is okay to be wrong. It is okay that you have voted for the president that we have now, but there is also a situation that no matter which side we turn on, the political party do not generate trust in us. And they are not situated on the real problems, on what people want and need to hear and what people need really. And these elections are crucial to stop turning the topic of conversation in those families and go out and vote and be able to raise your voice and finally generate a change. Like all together, we can generate a change if we go to vote.
Um, and do you think there is like a less interested people like in politics in the future of our country? Like, I mean, we talk about it in our family, but we are not really interested in our future.
Yeah, I I do not think that they are less interested in the situation of our country because I think social media is a huge impact on us and how we see the world. And I think we are all just like having like a mind that is fully into the topics that are important now. But I really think that we are all or just misinformed and they get carried away by fake news and what their favorite influencer says and thinks, and that's the way they want to think and not like an independent way. And we have to put aside opinions created by a healthy and careful information that we should consume. Therefore, we believe that we live in a terrible society and that living Latin America is the solution when the real solution is to get informed and vote and stop following others like we are a sheep and maybe start creating our thoughts and stop let others control our minds and what we think and what we opine on a different topic. And without a doubt, we need to be aware of the reality of our country and contrast with other news methods and talk about the issues so we can educate ourselves together.
Wow, I see. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us. Like, it is really interesting to hear from someone who is really interested in politics. Like, it's not something that you can see in youth, or especially like in a neutral situation. And I think that you as a future journalist have like taken really good steps to do so.
Thank you so much for having me and asking me these questions that are crucial for the next election that are in 8 weeks. And 8 days, not 8 weeks. Thank you. Uh, Now we're going to exchange roles. I'm going to be the interviewer, and Maya is going to answer me some questions that are also from the topic we discussed. Hi, Maya. How are you doing?
I am fine, cool right now.
Thank you. Maya, how do you see the political situation in Mexico? What are the positions regarding this change that we are expecting as a society?
Well, I think that politics in Mexico are not like the best thing ever. They are actually a mess, especially because there are so many choices and ideologies, and it is hard to focus on looking for real politicians, because political parties are not like the real choice, but we are choosing someone, like a person, even if he or she is like belonging to a party. You are choosing them, not other people. But I actually don't believe in the implementation of politics in our actual state. Um, I am more into anarchy. Like, I prefer politics to not exist the way they do exist right now. And I believe that there can be like better governments without actually being a real state, like something more
Free.
free. Exactly.
If at this moment you had the opportunity to change any law to have to do with the powers of politics, what will it be?
um, like I said, I would probably choose to disappear the state and the government to make an autonomous community. I could begin with the quitting of politicians from older charges. There's actually a new example in Mexico about an autonomous community in Michoacan, where this town decided that this June 6th there will not be elections, and all politicians will be destituted from their charters. Like, there are not gonna be politicians anymore, and they're gonna become an autonomous community. And I really do think that that's a really good solution for every town in Mexico.
Yeah, I think it's like freedom when people can do and choose and go and follow anyone they want, not just like an image.
Yeah.
What is the real change that Mexican politics needs like right now?
Mm, well, I truly believe politics should just disappear, but if they can't disappear right now, they should change from the root to begin as a completely new idea. Uh, for me, autonomy in communities is ideal for real change, but looking around and seeing that it seems to be impossible, like right now, to accomplish, I could propose to dissolve political parties and just to look for real politicians um, without team ideologies. I believe that individual ideologies can make a better effect on society.
Maya, you said that we should change from the root. What are the social groups that need to be taken into account more, and how does our political system influence them? And yeah,
Uh,
what are those?
well, politics right now should be focused on minority groups such as women, kids, Afro Mexicans, which is like a really little minority here in Mexico, disabled people and indigenous people, especially those who live in the north, but who came from the south, obviously. These groups belong to the society even when they haven't been taken into account in the last century, probably. And I mean, politicians should look to provide better places and opportunities for all these people, especially for them to evolve as human beings with whole human rights. Like, I mean, they have always been human beings, but they haven't always had human rights. You know, we have to look um, for better laws and probably a change in the constitution where we are protected. I mean, as women there, and kids and Afro Mexicans, disabled, and indigenous people should be protected too. And
Yeah.
they should be assured that they are getting everything they need to have like a good life quality.
Yeah, look, a good life quality as other people do without because they don't have any of that characteristics. I think it's very important that people start looking for people who are in a less situation or a situation that it's not usual for them. Or yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming and thank you so much for sharing your opinions with us.
Thank you for having me here and letting me share.
Thank you.